how are we, lads? Welcome back to another episode of Finn's Farm Life. So today is a bit of a different day. We're doing a small bit of experimenting. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what way it's going to work. I'm very hopeful, but I don't know. So essentially, I have 3 paddocks here. So I've one far down, which is the one just inside that wall that you can see there. The one that I'm currently in, which is the middle paddock, and the one that is next door, which is the high field, is what we call it. So what I am doing is, the first field beyond there has gotten artificial fertilizer, the solid form granules, put out with a fertilizer shaker, and that was sprayed recently enough. I think that was sprayed last Thursday morning. That was sprayed. This paddock has not been sprayed, and the one next to me has not been sprayed. So what I'm going doing is, I have the sprayer on the back, and I made homemade artificial fertilizer inside. The way I done it was, I used spare fertilizer that was left over from spreading. It might have gotten spilt, and everywhere else is not overly concentrated, but it's a lot of water in it and stuff like that. I mixed it together, put it into the sprayer. I'm hoping I'm going to be putting it out at a similar enough rate. That went out at half a bag to the acre. So 25 kilos to the acre is what that got for fertilizer. And this, I'm hoping, is similar enough to that. It isn't an overly heavy mix. But I just want to see the difference in uptake between the first paddock, which got granulated, this that gets sprayed, and that one down there. What that's going to get is, that's going to get slurry, and it's going to get granulated fertilizer as well. And I just want to compare the 3, which grows the most and which has the best, say, the quickest re-establishment after grazing. So I'm in the field now. I'm going to stick on, I'm going to open out the booms, put it on to agitate for a little while, and we'll see what way we work out. Give me a moment. I don't know what is going wrong here. I've used this thing before. She's just not building pressure. There's something I'm not doing right and I'm after forgetting how to do it. So give me a minute, I'll be back. I'll just see what I need to do. Right, I'm back. Things aren't going great. I'm back in the yard again. I can't get it to build up pressure. I just simply can't. So I don't know what's wrong, because it's very well diluted and it's sieved out as well. So I don't know why it isn't building pressure. So I came back in to the yard to see. So I have the booms out. Yeah, it's just like, it's pure. You can see it flowing down. Like, that's only a small drop now got out. That was an accident. I turned the wrong thing when I shouldn't have turned it, and things fucking blew out. And I not going great at the minute to keep things simple. But well, fellow over the road is coming to have a look in a while to see if there's something wrong or if it's just blocked or something. It should not be blocked though, because what's going through it is water. Like, I checked it now, because that was my big worry, is that it was settled down to the bottom and it blocked everything. And I checked down the bottom and everything's flowing. So it's pure water. Just something is amiss. And I don't know if I'm after doing something. I thought I had it set up right, and then I went, oh, I'm messing with it. And that's what's after causing this. I've driven sprayers before, but it's been a long time since I've driven a sprayer. And I probably should have got a crash course before it. I had to get splashed all over my trousers as well. Jesus, me poor Snickers pants. And they destroyed. And my jumper got a bit wet as well. I threw it off straight away, just not to be having that stuff on my skin. And I didn't wash my hands and arms, so not too bad. I also fell out of the tractor earlier on as well. It's been a bad old day. It has been a bad day. But I'm parking up now. That's all I can do. And I'm leaving it. And we'll have a look at it in a while and see what way it works out. And I might just go down and get the cows up, start milking, and wait for Jack to come on and take over. And we'll see then. I'll either finish out the milking, but I am drenched, so I might just head home. We'll see. But if we can get this going, I'll go out and do it. But if we can't stay going, I'll just have to empty it out, wash it out, and hope to God that I haven't ruined this machine with my experiment. You win some and you lose some. Unfortunately, I think I could be losing. But if I can just get it going, I'd be delighted. I'll be back soon. I'll go away and configure myself and see what I'm thinking and what I'm going to do, and whether I should just pack it in and admit defeat or stay going. Sometimes ideas are just best off left as ideas. And it's just unfortunate that I'm realising that after I went through with the idea. Right, I'm back. Bad news. So, well, predictable, to be honest. Probably, I'd say, fucking most of you probably thought it would happen. My fine idea of liquid fertilizer was also not fully thought out to the point where I thought it would work. No, it was I underthought it, to be quite honest. So essentially, I was leaving it settle so it's separated, and then I thought I'd be able to take the stuff off the top, which would be the water, and put it into it. But even the smallest bit of silt that got in blocked the filter, so that's what was causing it not to pump. So we got empty. I wasn't here yesterday when they finished that, because I thought in my own head that there was a filter blocked, alright, but I was kind of being overly optimistic, to be honest, because I really did want it to work. but it didn't work. So I'm not even going back to the drawing board. So my experiment fell at the first hurdle, but what can you do? So I'm just going to throw it into the tank now, into the slurry tank, and it should be grand. I'll just add a bit more into the slurry tank. It's unfortunate, because I was looking forward to seeing what would happen if it got liquid fertilizer. And I'd seen other people doing it, but I'd say they were doing it with different things. I'd say there was a different type of sprayer, or kind of a direct sprayer that didn't have filters and stuff. So I can't get too annoyed at it. But this stuff happens. I can't complain. But we'll go in now and do something else. I have to go and get a land level now for something else. So I will catch back with you now shortly enough. But the moral of the story is, not all ideas work, and this idea did not work, and Finn should have thought about it a bit more than I did. Now, so today got a bit hectic. I was planning on being a bit more organised today, but that didn't go as planned. I went over and got the land level, brought it back, got a phone called in. We borrowed an agitator a few weeks ago, because we've so many tanks to agitate. We agitated with 2 agitators to try and get things done a bit quicker, and unfortunately we ended up bending the PTO shaft on the one we borrowed. So I ran over there with a PTO that I thought would go on. I knew there was a slight bend in it, but I didn't think it was that bad. Unfortunately, it was a lot worse than I expected. So I had to run up to the local kind of supply man, and I got a new shaft, brought that over. That was that done. Got backed in and just went for the cows. So what I'm doing now is, I was just down that field behind me there. I was putting a strip wire up in there, so cows are going to go in there tonight. We have one more field left that hasn't been grazed on first rotation, but that's also the field that we are doing work in the cover. So I'll bring you down there in the next video when it's done. I haven't been down there at all, to be honest, but I have to do a grass walk tomorrow, so I'm going to be down there. So I'll give you a walk through it then. Essentially what it is it's an old historical monument, and it's just basically a ring fort that's built up with stone. And I don't know if it's a burial ground or it's a fort. I don't fully know what they are, but we just call it the Cotter. But essentially, because it's a historical monument, it is listed in historical societies. So we said we'd go down and get it tidied up, get the weeds out of it. There was a bit of it was just not there was some of it was being overgrown by briars, nettles and stuff like that, so you couldn't really go into it. So we went down, we tidied it up, put in a bit of topsoil, level it off, and we're going to put grass seeds in it. It has been studied, so there has been nothing found there in terms of, like, there's no remains or anything there at all. There was archaeological group came on and went through it and sifted through it, made sure there was nothing there of historical significance, as they said, and there isn't. So basically we're just doing that to keep it tidy, because there is relations of the man that owns this place that brings people down there to show them the monument. So we said it'd look a bit better if it was tidied up, had a nice clean grass seeds in it, so people can go in, walk around. There's a plaque inside there explaining what it is. So it's just to have it a bit tidier is the only reason we done it. But it is still in progress, so I'd say maybe tomorrow we'll probably go down and throw grass seed in it, and I'll probably go down, I think we're going rolling it as well. So once it's rolled, I'll probably go in and spread some fertilizer in there as well, just to get it growing properly. And hopefully in a few weeks it'll be greened up and it'll look an awful lot better, and there'll be no more nettles and weeds and thistles and thorns and all that growing inside it. So people can go in, walk around it, and kind of get a bit more of an idea of what it used to be like. But yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of forts around here. There's one in the road field, which is what we call is the field out the front. There's a ring fort there. You can see one here where all those trees are below there. That is also a ring fort. The Cahir is over that hill, is the Cahir, so that's there. There's another ring fort beyond that hedge above there, and I think there's another one up beyond that again. So there's about 4 or 5 ring forts in here in total. And above at the very top in there's the manor house that was, I actually don't know the name of the family that owned it, but it's a good lot of this land was all owned by the same people. So years and years ago, like, obviously it was owned by an English landlord, which is kind of cool, because I only actually found that out recently enough. But yeah, that is what's going on at the moment. I was hoping this video would be different. I wanted this video to be like, oh, let's experiment with liquid fertilizer, but Finn should have thought it out a bit better. I might see if I can configure it and maybe rejig it and see if I can maybe like 3, 4, 5 time filter it or something like that, and maybe that might help. It might work, but I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, because I don't know, I thought it was a cool idea to kind of use the fertilizer that's left over and kind of be able to repurpose it, rather than just, you know, like, because obviously everyone will rinse out their fertilizer spreaders and stuff like that, and we normally do as well, and we rinse it into the slurry tank, and it's a second use for it. So obviously it's still being used, but I thought if I was able to mix it with water and use it in that way, that I'd be able to use it at a better, more efficient way. But obviously I was wrong, so maybe I might be able to figure something else out, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. But yeah, Jesus, it's like a very it's like a sad video. But yeah, that's what myself and Bro are doing now. We were just putting up a strip wire below there. We are starting out, and we will be starting, that is essentially the start of second rotation, even though we still have a field to graze below, but that'll be grazed probably by the weekend. So I'm not going to complain. So we're still kind of hitting where I wanted to hit in terms of hitting the second rotation, because it is still a bit cold, even though there's lovely sunny days and stuff like that. The ground is still slightly cold, and it's dry, so it's the same as last year. We had a kind of a dry, it was a cold drought essentially last year is what we had. It was very dry, but it was also very cold, so I had two things that the grass needed to grow, it didn't have. So we were just kind of fighting a battle there. But oh yeah, and those 3 ladies inside in that field there are our last few cows. Will you come on and zoom in? But you can see, I don't know if you can see them there, but there's 3 cows. We have 3 cows left to calve. We had one of them calved yesterday. Those will probably be calved, I'd say, by late next week, is my hope anyway. But yeah, unfortunately that's the end of today's video. I was hoping I'd have a bit more, and it'd be a bit more exciting, and I'd have stuff to look at. Like, it would just be the perfect experiment. Like, I wanted to have this near paddock, bag fertilizer, middle paddock, liquid fertilizer, and the last one slurry and bag fertilizer. But it didn't work out. So what can I do? Only take the punches and move on. These are my PTOs that I brought over. The one on the left is the one that we bent, and the one on the right is the one I brought over. Both of them are kaput, so I'll throw them into one of the sheds now, and yeah, that's all I can do. So yeah, that's the end of today's video, lads, unfortunately. So thank you all for watching. New videos every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Like, subscribe, do all the good things, and I will talk to you in the next one.